Hello and welcome to Firearm Freedom. In this video, we are going to be doing a full review on the CZ P10c. I'm pretty excited to get this review to you guys because I really have nothing but good things to say about the CZ P10. I now have right around 800 rounds through it. I've taken this pistol in probably about 5 to 6 different range sessions, so I've gotten extremely comfortable with it. The inner workings of the gun, the trigger, the magazine release, slide release, how the gun works, I've just gotten extremely used to it, and I gotta say guys, it is really pretty awesome. We'll get right off starting with reliability. The past 3 range sessions, I have shot nothing but Tula ammo steel case through the pistol, and it has functioned flawlessly. I know in the first impressions video that I will put a card right up in the right hand corner right now that you guys have probably seen already, there was a small issue with the spring, the slide release spring here, that I did have to send the pistol back to the factory. Since then, I have had absolutely no issues with that spring. If you do want to see more in depth what went on with that, go ahead and again click that link to the first impressions video and you guys can see that there. And then also, I had mentioned some failures to feed that I had in the first video that was caused by the magazine. I actually have the magazine still, and I marked it bad. So all the malfunctions that I had, I remember in the beginning I was a little bit unsure whether it was the gun breaking in or the magazine itself. Since then, I have stopped using this magazine specifically, and all of my problems went away, even when we're talking about the steel cased ammo, which I was extremely impressed about. So everything as far as ammo is concerned, different brands, steel case, brass, whatever, this pistol has fed 100% flawlessly. Overall shootability of the pistol has just gotten better and better for me. The bore axis is again extremely low, so it has a great bore axis there. The one thing I will say, and I said this in the first impressions video, and it still holds true, if you do not like an aggressive grip, this pistol really just isn't for you. I know you can, you can obviously put some Talon grips over here, that kind of rubberized grip that will help out a little bit, or you could simply just shave down or Dremel off some of that aggression that the pistol has. So unfortunately, if you don't like that aggression, you're not going to like it right out of the gate. Now, what I will say for me, I really enjoy the aggression. I shoot outside, I shoot in multiple different environments, whether that be cold weather, hot weather, raining, snowing, whatever, and that really helps out because a lot of the time I am shooting without gloves, so this really bites into my hands, and you can see, just after squeezing onto it hard for a couple seconds, and it'll leave quite a bit of an imprint in your hand. I don't mind that at all, and I find that helps me get a better purchase on the pistol. Also, what I really enjoy is the aggression that they push forward here for those people, including myself, who use a thumbs forward grip. I think this is a really smart move by CZ, and just the fact that if you're shooting what is modern day pistol shooting, you have a place to really index your thumb and push in and drive the gun forward, and that is really awesome. They provide a really nice shelf there, and that's one thing that I found with shootability that has really helped. After a couple of range sessions, I started really noticing that over other pistols in the collection. As far as the internal wear and tear, we're only at about 800 rounds, so I'm not seeing much. You'll get, your standard wear that a pistol will show, but overall, the finish for me, just kind of chucking it around at the range and not babying the gun at all, I don't have any dings or scratches or anything like that, and like I said, I have drop the pistol in gravel, where brass is, where other ammunition is, and I have had no issues. So I'm really impressed with that. The overall controls, as far as the magazine release and the slide release, have smoothed out slightly. I know a couple of people still have had some complaints about them being extremely tight right out of the factory and taking a couple hundred rounds to actually break in. I never really had that issue. As soon as I took it out of the box, it was really smooth, and at least smooth enough for where I did not think it was an issue at all. The trigger itself is still absolutely phenomenal. You have your little bit of crisp take up here to a really crisp wall and a crisp break. And your reset is going to be right there. Really short reset. Not a lot of over travel, just a phenomenal factory trigger, and that really comes in handy while shooting. The sights, in my opinion, are nothing to cry home about. They're just luminescent paint sights, so you're really not going to get, a lot of performance as far as the glowing at night, especially if you're keeping it in a drawer for home defense or you're concealed carrying it and they don't have the ability to get to a lot of light during the day. As far as the actual sight picture goes, it's not too bad. You have 3 small combat-sized dots. I really do think that this has a potential to really give the Glock 19 a run for its money in the case. I never really think it's going to totally beat out Glock. I think that's kind of, you know, a little bit of an overestimate of what, you know, this pistol is capable of just because of how much control Glock has over the market. But what I will say is, in the case, I think this could do a really good job being just as competitive as Smith & Wesson pistols are, or Springfield pistols, or Ruger pistols, and how they sell in the case. I think this CZ could do just as well as those other striker-fired pistols, including Glock. What I will say is CZ really has to do a better job at filling the case with these pistols. If they were able to ship them like we get in Glocks, like we get in Smith & Wessons, these would sell like crazy. We don't see these coming in very often. And unfortunately, I think that if this becomes as hard to get as some of their steel frame guns, it is kind of going to lose out, and it's going to lose, you know, fall to the wayside. So I really hope, I know CZ has a couple of issues as far as importing this pistol, I believe, and they can only import so many. So I know they have their issues there. I did hear some whispers just from rumors in a gun shop that they could potentially be moving their polymer frame series to the United States as far as the manufacturing, and that would be amazing because I really think they could flood the market with these. It has all the advantages that the Glock has as far as the low bore access, a really overall reliable gun, and then it's also going to have some added features like the immediately ambidextrous magazine release, the little bit more aggressive grip frame, and it actually is going to have a slightly, at least how it feels in my hand, a lower bore access than the Glock, and all of that is going to come to you at a lower price point at around the $440 mark. Overall, I have been extremely impressed with the CZ. It just continues to impress me, especially just running the steel case over and over again flawlessly, which I think any really battle pistol should be able to do. And I definitely think this pistol could fill that role. It is absolutely capable of being your concealed carry pistol, of being your home defense pistol. It really is just overall a great setup, and I think more and more we're seeing the track record on this pistol increasing over time. I know there's a couple of other reviewers out there that have had like over 10,000 rounds on this pistol, and they can speak to the reliability of it as well. It's going to break down very similar to Glocks. You're simply going to remove your magazine, check, make sure the gun is empty, dry fire the pistol, and just like a Glock, you're going to pull down on 2 tabs. They're going to be a little bit easier to actually maneuver than the Glock. And the one thing you will see talked about in a couple of different reviews is the absolute ginormous locking face that the barrel is going to have. It is just huge compared to a standard 9mm barrel. Just the walls of the bore and everything like that are just insanely large. Overall, in time, you might see an increase in reliability as far as parts wearing. To me, I really don't think that's a huge issue, so I don't pay attention to it too much. That's gonna pretty much wrap this video up, guys. I'm extremely excited to get a couple thousand rounds through this pistol and give you guys a long-term review in the future. Up until this point, with the full review, I feel very comfortable in telling you that you guys would not go wrong in purchasing it. Be sure to click those links in the description. It will take you to my Instagram and Facebook account. On my Instagram account, I still do daily posts, so we have a lot of fun on the Instagram account. Be sure to give that a follow. It'll allow you guys just another way to contact me on, another way to communicate with me that's not here on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss out on any of the awesome content that I have coming out here on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for more great videos to come soon.